Sitting here with Def Jam recording artist Neo. What's going on, Neo?
What's going on?
How's your day been today?
Busy.
You busy now?
But busy is a good thing. Busy is a good thing.
So there's a lot of fans from MocoSpace.com that have questions for you.
Okay.
Around the Year of the Gentleman album, and they wrote them in, so we're going to get into it.
All right, for you.
Right now. Useful wants to know, are your love songs based on real life experiences?
Yes and no. Well, actually, yes. Well, yes and no. Yes, because sometimes it's me, and then no, because sometimes it's not me, but it's still a true story. Like, I always write from pretty much real stuff. Either something that happened to me or something that happened to somebody close enough to me to tell me the story. So that's normally how it works.
James Bond Bitches wants to know, what made you want to be an R&B artist?
James Bond Bitches, that's the name. Just a love of music, man. I've been a lover of this music thing since before I can remember. My mama said I was humming melodies and whatnot before I was talking. So, you know, this music is not necessarily something that I do. It's who I am. You know, it's who I've always been. So, you all right?
Thickness says, I lost my passion for writing. Is there any advice you could give me on getting it back?
Lost your passion for writing. Man. Well, I mean, a question that I would shoot back at her is what made you lose your passion for writing? Like, that don't just happen. You don't just wake up one morning and it's gone. That's not how that works. I don't know. I would say, you know what I would do? I would go back to the thing that gave me my passion for writing in the first place. Whatever that was. However you gained your passion for writing, go back to that. It could have been a song you heard that inspired you and made you go, you know what, I think I could do that. Or whatever the case may be. If that be the case, go back and listen to that song again. You know, whatever it is that gave you your passion in the first place, go back to that, and you should find it there.
Pink Coco wants to know, has being a celebrity changed your relationships with your family and friends?
Absolutely, yeah.
How so?
Well, when you gain any kind of fame, recognition, money, whatever the case may be in this business, people's true colors start coming out. You know, you start figuring out who's real and who's not. You know, from as far as friends are concerned, as far as family is concerned. You know, you get all kinds of brand new cousins that you ain't never heard of, never seen before, but all of a sudden, I'm your favorite cousin. You remember me? We fell out the tree. Nah, I don't remember falling out the tree with you, Pimp. Sorry, no, I won't buy you a truck. Like, you know, it happens like that. I will say I have less friends now than I did before I got famous, and it ain't because I changed. You know, I put it that way.
ALS Talent wants to know about the song Single. Why did you put it on this album? Not saying I don't like your version better, but because you don't have New Kids on the Block on this version of the album. Just curious, in some instances, I think yours is better.
Appreciate that. It's funny the way that song worked out. When I originally did it, the version that's on my album is the original version. You know, we did it with Polo. It was the first record I ever recorded with Polo. So, you know, we was real proud of it. But as I was putting the album together, it started not fitting. It started kind of not making sense with where I was going a little bit. So, or where I thought I was going anyway. So, told Polo I wasn't going to use it. Polo played it for Jimmy Iovine. Now, Jimmy Iovine is the head of Interscope Records. And Interscope is where New Kids on the Block is at. So, Jimmy heard it, fell in love with the song, called me, asked if the New Kids could cut it. So I said, yeah. So they cut a version that's just them, right? So, finishing up the album, I go back over that song, and I'm like, this song is a little too hot for me to just give away. I think I want to keep it. You know what I mean? So I called Jimmy up like, yo, I'm sorry. I know I told you that the New Kids can cut the record, but I think I'm going to keep it. And he was like, they cut it. You got to hear it. It sounds great on them, blah, blah. You know, so we got into, it wasn't a conversation. No. We had a long discussion about what we was going to do because he really, really wanted to keep the record.
Right.
So he was like, so then the whole idea of it being a duet came along. So that was a cool idea. So, but I still dug my version with just me on it. So he was like, all right, well, how about we do it as a duet? You let the guys keep it as a duet, you know, and it'll be a single on them because it wasn't gonna be a single on me anyway. Like I already knew, you know, what my singles was gonna be as far as the first two.
Right.
So he was like, well, it's gonna be a single on them if you let us keep it. So I'm like, all right, well, y'all go ahead. But I'm gonna put it on my album too. And he was like, that's fine, that's all good. So that's how both versions came out.
VCP28 wants to know, where do you get your style of dressing from? Stylist? Do you dress yourself? Do you always stay looking fresh?
Oh shit. to say shit on the internet. My style, as far as style, it's a little bit of both. You know, in the beginning, it was all stylish. You know, because I can admit that I was the dude that didn't really care about fashion. You know, I ain't give a damn about it too much in the very, very beginning. And that just comes from me being in the background. You know what I'm saying? I was a writer first, and as a writer, you are literally the man behind the man, and don't nobody give a damn about the man behind the man. So I didn't have to be fly if I didn't feel like it. I had $1 million and wore jeans and t-shirts every day, and didn't give a damn. I didn't care if you knew I was rich or not. You know, that was what it was. But being in the public eye, being in front of the, you know, being in the spotlight, so to speak, it's important. You know, it's not like you know your everyday life where you feel like you want to get up and go to 7-Eleven on the corner and you just throw on the closest sweats that's next to you. You don't care if they're clean or dirty or not. I can't do that, because if somebody takes a picture of that and they wind up on the internet, y'all gonna talk bad about it. You know what I mean? So it's important. It's very, very important. So I got with a stylist that, you know, I worked with a few different stylists in the very beginning, and you know, a lot of them was very much on some, well, I'm a stylist and I know what I'm doing, so you gonna listen to me. And it's like, well, I got some ideas too. I mean, you ain't gonna put me in something I just don't want to wear. I'm not gonna do that. So I finally got with a stylist that you know, not only is helping me put it together, but helping me figure out how to do it my damn self too. So, you know, so some outfits that you see me in, it'll be something that I put together, and then other outfits, you know, like award shows and stuff like that, I'll let the stylist do it, you know, because I ain't finna be on the red carpet looking like a fool, you know. So that's how it works.
LAU2 from Spain says, Neo, you have to make Stop This War your next single, and do you plan on coming to Spain anytime soon?
We are trying to get all over the world with this record. You know, just in that the way that I did it and trying to make something that everybody can get into, we're gonna try to circle the globe and really see if everybody can get into this record. So I can't say exactly when I'm gonna be there, but Spain, I will be there. Okay, and Stop This World. If it's left up to me, Stop This World will be a single. I don't know if it'll be the next single, but it definitely will be a single.